Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
So I finished day one book, which was the summer book by 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊. I hope I pronounced that right. This was a book that was recommended to me. So a few weeks ago, I put out a ask if anybody had any short book recommendations, just to try and make my life a little bit easier during this challenge, because yes. And this was one of the recommendations. I didn't realize this was a translated work. This is, I'm going to read out the synopsis so I don't make any mistakes. An elderly artist and a 6-year-old granddaughter, while away a summer together on a tiny island in the Gulf of Finland, gradually the two learn to adjust to each other's fears, whims, and yearnings for independence, and a fierce yet understated love emerges, one that encompasses not only the summer inhabitants but the island itself, with its mossy rocks, windswept firs, and unpredictable seas. There we go. And also says 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊 Johansen captured much of her own experience and spirit in the book, which was her favourite of the novels she wrote for adults. This was originally published 1972, I want to say. Let me just double check. Yeah, 1972. And this is a beautifully written story in the sense that it's very descriptive and very much feel like you are there on the island. Like, you can picture the island in itself, and it's really cool. You guys would have noticed there were some pictures and stuff throughout, so you really kind of got the idea of the island and the vibes of the island, and you can, like I said, really picture yourself there. For me personally, okay, and I tried not to be too critical on this book because obviously the author uses their own experiences and stuff, but for me personally, this is very much a book that doesn't really have a plot. It is more a case of like little short memories. So it is a little bit jumbled, a little bit disjointed, because you are kind of a bit jumpy like amongst the memories. There's not really much of like a flow between them. And the characters are Sophia, who's the granddaughter. She's 6 years old, so naturally she's going to have very much kid ways. But to me, again, personally, just very much came across a little bratty, a little bit rude. She was kind of throwing fits here, there, and everywhere. And like I said, you kind of expect them from a kid, but these were like extreme levels. And then the grandmother just kind of gave me the vibes of like she didn't really want to be there. That she wasn't really. How do I want to put this? Like, I don't want to be like too critical, and I don't want to be like rude and diminish the author's experiences and stuff, but it just very much felt like the grandmother wasn't really that emotional, if that makes sense. I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense here, but I just don't really know how else to word the grandmother. It just didn't feel like I was getting many emotions from her. And if I did get one, it was mainly anger. That was the only emotion that I was really seeing come through. So yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this book. Not probably the best out of the challenge, but I did complete it in one day. Shout out to the 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒 because I was on sprints with you guys all day today reading it. So shout out to you guys for keeping me sane throughout the day and keeping me motivated to finish my book. So yeah, this we are one book down, and yeah, that's where we're at. And this is the subscriber count. I'm going to keep you guys updated obviously as we go. So this is my current subscriber count as I'm editing and uploading this. I did want to get it up on the day, but I finished just a little bit later than I'd hoped, so you guys should be seeing it the next morning. So I would have already started day 2's book, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much, and if, like I say, if you guys want to come and join us on this journey and check out the other books that I'm going to read, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you guys watch this on either Instagram or TikTok, make sure you head to the link in my bio where you can find my YouTube channel. If you guys have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below or next to us, it's on whatever platform you guys are watching this on, and I will see you guys in day 2. Hey guys, so it is technically the next morning, but I promise you I did finish day 2's book on day 2. The book club can attest to that. I was on sprints with them on a live when I did. But yes, The River Has Roots by 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊. I'm hoping I've said that right, but I probably have butchered it. I enjoyed this one. It is a beautiful story and it is beautifully written. The letdown for me was myself. I was struggling to focus a bit yesterday, and I think that ruined my feelings on the book and how I took it in. So I do think it will be a book that I will go back to at a later date and reread, and when I'm a little bit more focused, and I can probably take it in a little bit better because it is a beautiful story, and it is beautifully written. There is illustrations throughout. Hang on, let me just get you an example. So there is like some illustrations throughout which give the book an added layer, and along with the very descriptive writing, it really like immerses you in there into the magical, whimsical world that these characters live in. You know, overall, this is a very charming and whimsical story, which if you guys like a whimsical read, I would even say possibly, I mean, I DNF'd 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒𝖊 encyclopedia, but I imagine if you guys enjoyed that one, you probably would enjoy this one too. It's really short, it's 99 pages. There's a little excerpt at the back to a sneak peek of her upcoming collection of short stories. The actual book in itself is 99 pages, so it's a really quick read. But yeah, like I said, I think the letdown was myself and the fact that I just couldn't focus. But otherwise, I did really enjoy the book and enjoyed exploring these characters and the dynamics between the sisters and their bond and their connection. I'll read the quick little synopsis for you guys so you guys know what the book's about so I don't mess it up. In the small town of Thistleford, on the banks of River Liss, dwell the mysterious Hawthorne family. There they tend and harvest the enchanted willows and honour an ancient compact to sing to them in thanks for their magic. None more devotedly than the family's latest daughters, Esther and Isabel, who cherish each other as much as they cherish the ancient trees. But when Esther rejects a forceful suitor in favour of a lover from the land of fairy, not only the sisters' bond but also their lives will be at risk. Oh, what is stronger than a death? Two sisters singing with one breath. There you go. That is the synopsis of the book. That is what the book is about. Better explained than if I could have tried to do it for you guys. But yeah, otherwise, I did enjoy it. I just don't feel like I could have the full effect of the book because I couldn't focus. But yeah, it's definitely one I will go back to when I have my better focus and I can take it in a little bit better. But we are day 2 down. And I'll see you guys in day 3. So I finished day 3's book in the nick of time last night. I finished it, I think, with like 5 minutes left of the day. But I did finish Wildside by 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈. I love this book. Okay, I love Rhys and Tabitha's story. And there is so much I say so much animosity. They have such a complex relationship when you consider how they first meet, how they meet again the second time, and a lot of their interactions from the start of the book. It makes their relationship very complex, and then it kind of gets a little bit worse as the book goes on, when situations arise and when they kind of find solutions to the situations, but everything eventually at around the 50% mark starts falling into place for them, and they start opening up to each other a little bit more. They start, I won't say developing feelings because I feel like they both have them pretty much from the start. They just finally start to allow them to seep through and allow them to kind of take root, and they don't fight them as much anymore. I think that's the best way to put it. And the fact that they are so willing to put aside their dislike for each other, for Milo, it just shows the kind of people that they are. And watching Rhys finally find his safe space, his place in the world, and find somewhere that he can finally call home. It had me. Okay, yes, I was tearing up at points, and anybody who knows me knows it doesn't take a lot to make me tear up. So yeah, I love that for him, and him having his happy ending, and his I loved him getting his acceptance, as in like people accepting him for who he is and loving him for who he is. I just loved that. And Tabitha is a very strong character. She very much puts everybody else's feelings and needs above her own, and she just like works on the back burner of like whatever she has left, she'll deal with them for herself. But it's not very often that she puts herself above anybody else, and for her to have Rhys, who finally puts her above him and makes sure that she's being looked after, make sure she's being cared for, and getting the help that she needs. It was nice to finally watch her be able to step back and take moments for herself and love herself, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've just absolutely loved. I literally managed to squeeze it in yesterday into the day. It was 443 pages, so this so far has been our longest book of this challenge. But yes, that is day 3 down. Make sure you guys hit the like buttons, comment and share. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yes, let's keep going, and I will see you guys in day 4. We're gonna ignore how I look, because I've just had a bath. But I did actually finish today's book, Day 4's book, Wild Hope, earlier this afternoon. So I finished it a long time ago. But I'm only just getting around to updating you guys. Wild Hope was just a collection of poetry by Donna Ashworth. Though there's not really too much I can say on this with you guys, because this is very much how you understand the words, how you take it in, the lessons and thoughts that you take from it as yourself. And some did hit home a little bit too closely for me. Some of them hit home just a little bit too close. If you guys were in the Discord in sprints today, you guys know that I was having a time of it at one point. So yeah, that's fun. I would have added in a couple of like pictures of some of the words and stuff for you guys to check out, because I didn't really get many clips and stuff today, because I'm not going to say it's an easy read because it's not an easy read, but it was a quick read, so I didn't really get too much. But yes, I did thoroughly enjoy it though, and I do love Donna Ashworth's work. I've read a couple of her stuff. I do recommend, if you guys are into poetry or you want to get into poetry, I do recommend Donna Ashworth's stuff, because to me, it comes across more motivational and more like getting like a pep talk. So if you guys are wanting to get into it and starting off, again, I don't want to say easy, but it's just, compared to some other poetry I've read, it would be classed as kind of easy. So we have completed our book for day 4. Thank you guys if you are still sticking with us. Don't forget to head over to my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. If you guys are already watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and stick with us on this journey. But yes, thank you guys so much, and I'm going to catch you guys in day 5. So I did finish day 5's book, Dark Matter, last night. Thank you to the Wolfpack again for being on sprints with me for most of the day, and to Lexi, who literally stayed with me till the end. I think I finished this book at about 11:30 last night, and she was still there with me. So shout out to you, Lexi, for keeping me sane to that point. But this one was okay. I can't say I was as hooked into it as I thought I was going to be hooked into it. It didn't really grasp me that much, and I think I can for definitely say that if it wasn't for the fact that I was reading it for this challenge and for the fact of trying to read a book a day, it probably could have took me a couple of days to read it. It just didn't grasp me, didn't get me in there. But the writing is very descriptive. It definitely makes you feel like you're there with them on this expedition. You're there experiencing these experiences that they're having, and these sensations and these feelings. Like, you definitely feel immersed into there, and you can definitely feel the tension building in the writing as we're watching our main character kind of start losing touch with reality and starts feeling the effect of all these different elements that are coming into play throughout this book. So you definitely feel a part of it. I just can't say that I was hooked into it and I felt kind of what I was meant to be feeling. It just didn't grip me as much as I would have liked and as much as I would have thought. But it's still not a bad book. I still would recommend it, and I still want to check out some more of the author's other stuff. So that's still all good signs. It just wasn't as gripping as I thought it was going to be, but hey, it is what it is. It happens. There's always one of those books. This was that book, but yes, we have made it. We have finished day 5. We are going strong. Okay, we are going strong 5 days in. Thank you guys if you guys have been watching every video and sticking with us. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit my YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And yes, I will see you guys for day 6, which is crazy. So we have finished day 6's book, which is The Dream Thieves by 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒. I can never pronounce her surname. There it is. This one, I wasn't hooked by it. It's an interesting read and it's an interesting story. They're interesting characters. I'm just not hooked by the world. I'm not intrigued by the world. It's interesting, but I'm not intrigued by it. I can't really vibe with the characters. And I was saying throughout today, as I was on sprints on TikTok and then again in the book club in the Discord, it's been like 2.5 years since I read the first book, and that kind of should have been a sign from the start that maybe this book just wasn't, or this series just isn't for me, based on the fact that I wasn't that eager to obviously pick it up. And then this one's just solidified it. Like it's left on a hanger, but I just don't really care to find out where it's going to go. I don't care to know where their story's heading and the characters are heading. I don't care. I don't, and I know it sounds so mean to say it like that, but I just don't. So I'm definitely DNFing this series from here. I mean, if you guys have read it, let me know what happens. Let me know. Talk about it with me. Discuss it with me. But I'm just not intrigued to continue it myself and to read it myself. So we are DNFing this series, but it's not a bad book. It's not a bad book. I did listen to the audiobook to help me throughout the day with reading it whilst I was doing tasks and stuff. It's not a bad book and the narration's good. It's just overall not for me, but it is what it is. It's how it goes. But day 6 is down. We'll be going into day 7, which is a whole week of this challenge, which is crazy. Thank you to everybody who's been following this journey and joining us on it. If you guys are new, head over to my YouTube and hit the subscribe button so you guys can continue to join us on this journey and follow the journey. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking with us. I'm going to catch you guys in day 7. We have somehow made it a week into this challenge. We have completed day 7, and I read You and Me and You and Me and You and Me by Josie Lloyd and 𝖜𝖊𝖑𝖈𝖔𝖒, I think is how we pronounce it. And this is a good book, and the concept is great, and the way it's written is done really well. It did take me about 80 to 100 pages before I actually got into it. This book is 265. So that's quite a chunk for the book before I finally was like, wanting to pick it up. So that kind of knocked it down a little bit for me. And the characters were frustrating me so hard. I actually can't describe it any better. Like, the whiplash, like, they knew what they were doing wasn't right. They would talk about stopping what they were doing so many times, and yet consequence after consequence, and they still kept doing it. And I'm like, you are pissing me off now. You are pissing me off. This needs to stop. Now, don't get me wrong, the meaning throughout the book is beautiful, and the way it comes to a conclusion at the end, it really kind of defines the fact that, everything happens for a reason. It gets you to where you are, it makes you who you are as a person. But the frustration I had leading up to them finally figuring that out and figuring their life out and everything. But yeah, so it's not a bad book and I do recommend it. I just personally, those things just really frustrated me. And like I said, for a short book, well, short-ish book, it's 265, it's not short, but for it to take me about 80 to 100 pages to actually get into it was not the vibes for me. I kind of wanted to be hooked in a little bit quicker, but it is what it is. Anywho, we are down on day 7. We are an entire week into this challenge. Sanity check, not lost it just yet. Not lost my sanity just yet, but there's still time to go. But thank you guys for sticking with us this entire week. If you're enjoying this challenge and you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button over my YouTube channel. And I'm going to see you guys with day 8.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.